Lazar, let's talk a bit about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about doping, steroids. Everyone's
Okay.
curious about this, and I know you want to talk about this more. So let's address first all the rumors, because I'm pretty sure everyone is certain, although that may not be true, that you've taken something at some point.
Well, I'm happy that you asked this question because I've seen many speculations, about what I'm taking, what I'm not taking, and it's good that people will hear everything from me. So there are no more speculations about it. So when I was in my top shape, let's say before the surgeries and injuries, I was I wasn't taking steroids, but I was taking clenbuterol. So there were many, people were speculating: am I natural or am I not natural? If you check all the statements I'd made, it was I was saying I'm not taking steroids. I wasn't saying I am natural. But people took it as as I'm saying I am natural, and which is normal. um, the first time I took clenbuterol was a guy when I was playing basketball. So it was one of my last games, and a guy from the team gave me this pill and said, this is good. It will give you energy. So I took it, and I ran like crazy the whole game, but I couldn't score because my hands were shaking. Yeah. So this was my first experience with clenbuterol, and I don't think that it made a big difference in my physique, especially with the size, because I was just taking it when I was cutting, you know.
To help out with the cut.
Yeah, to help out with the cut. So I think it just made me lose fat easier than without it. But several times I did cutting without it, so it wasn't a big difference. So yeah, that was it. Like in my website, if you go, I remember in my website I put a statement, that I don't take steroids and I never will.
We'll
And
talk
I
about
wasn't
this.
taking steroids. That's the thing. It was just clenbuterol.
But just to sidestep a bit, on all those pictures that I remember when I was just starting out, which was a long time ago, you looked insane. You looked really, really good. And off camera, we talked a bit about why that was. So can you explain what the conditions were when you took photos? So it's not just you taking a shirt off and taking photos. You were well prepared for those photos. Maybe that's why you look so perfect.
Yeah, for the first photo shoot on my website, I prepare like I'm preparing for a competition. Even I did the hydration to lose the water so I can look more shredded on the pictures. So this was not everyday condition, but on the videos on YouTube that I have, I'm not. I don't have. I didn't prepare that much. I just did. Every summer I was doing a dieting, so I can stay fit for the summer and shredded. So I was taking more videos during the summer when I'm at top shape.
Yeah, so just like a regular cut for the beach, not like a photo session cut.
Yeah.
Okay. And just on the photos, the way you position yourself also plays a role. Because maybe for perspective, I don't know if you've talked about this, but what were your dimensions when you were stage ready? So, for example, you're around 180, and how many kilos? What's the circumference of your biceps, thigh, stuff like that?
My biceps, the biggest as it was 44 centimeters, which is about, I don't know how many inches.
I think 20 and a half, 21.
No, I think it's 17
Okay.
inches. It's 44 centimeters. I think 20 is like 50 centimeters or 21, I don't know. But some of the guys that claim natty now, they have like 50 centimeters arms.
Just as a perspective, what's your height?
My height is 180 centimeters.
Okay, so best shape, 180 centimeters, 44 arm, and how many kilos?
If I cut for a competition,
Yeah.
My arm was like 43, 42, and my kilos were about 85, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about your legs? Do you retain more fat on your legs? That's why you look insanely shredded in your upper body, or is it evenly distributed?
I retain fat on my lower back, on my love handles. On my legs, I remember on the first competitions that I had, they were shredded. Even my ass was shredded, my glutes, So, yeah.
That's still super impressive, but it's not like you were shredded for, stage ready with 50 centimeter arms.
Well, if you're stage ready for 50 centimeter arms, I don't know.
High chance of not being natty.
Yeah, but I don't know who's natty, who's not. I don't care actually. But I know that many people are not natty. They just don't speak about it. To me, in the beginning, I was saying, I was speaking about steroids. I don't take steroids. I don't take. And then I saw that people don't like that thing, And I think most of the people just don't say it anymore because nobody cares. But I think some people are really natural in this. They just have very good genetics.
And what about now? This was, we were talking about you being at your best shape, but now, have you tried anything else other than clenbuterol?
Yeah, so after the surgeries, it was 2017, I think. On my website, as I tell you, it was written, I never took and never will take steroids, right? And I'm a man that keeps to his word. So after this, I took peptides for recovery, for injuries. The name of the peptides was TB500 and BPC 157. These are peptides. They really help for my tendon pain, so I could continue to work out. I also tried GH. I didn't feel anything from the GH. Just you cut a little bit more from it. Nothing special. And I was still avoiding taking steroids because on my website it was written that I will never take steroids, And then I think this summer, a couple of months ago, many people suggested that I need to try nandrolone, like decadrobeline, for my joint pain. But I was avoiding for so many years because on my website, that I will never take. And then I said, fuck it, I will try just a small dose and see if it helps. So I did 3 months on it of, I think, 50 milligrams per week. I'm not sure. It's a very small dose. And I actually felt, benefit of it on my joints, especially on my knees. I have less pain. It's because it lubricates the joint.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Will we continue trying and experimenting with Deca, or are you going to stop now? And
maybe I'll try this small dose. If I need to push more, I don't know. But I don't want to get into these cycles that bodybuilders do, because in the gym I've seen many people that do steroids, and when they are on cycle they look very good, and then when they stop, after 2 weeks they look Like they don't train.
So it turns out that when you were in your top shape, when everyone was saying Lazar is using, no doubt in my mind, you were taking only cleanse, so no steroids. But now, when people don't say Lazar is in his best shape, you're actually using now.
Yeah, that's yeah. I look totally natural now, but I'm just not natural now.
Yeah.
Like I'm just using a bit of steroids.
But it's for the joint health.
Yeah, I don't take it for you know, to get bigger or something. I just, if I don't have pain in my body, without taking anything, I can get the body that I want. The thing is that to get rid of the pain, that's my problem.
Do you plan on trying anything else then?
No, I don't want, as I said, I don't want to get into this bodybuilding cycles. I'm not taking this to get bigger. I'm just taking it to get rid of the pain.
Yeah, but my idea was like other than steroids. So maybe you haven't tried some other things.
I don't know
bodybuilders use.
What can you I don't know what do they use.
I don't know as well. I'm just asking out of curiosity. If
You mean
researched.
different steroids? Or?
Not particularly steroids, but there's a lot of, let's say, different types of doping that athletes use as well, and maybe some of them might have been useful in your case. And just asking out of curiosity, have you thought of going down that path? Have you looked at that?
No. I as I said, I tried peptides, but they are not for muscle gain. They are just for injuries, and I felt benefit from them. Like the pain was going down.
So your preferred option right now is to not take anything actually and try to work more on your recovery, so you don't feel the pain, and then you can do this naturally again.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
I don't plan to take clenbuterol again. Yeah, I don't think it's good.
And maybe it's not even necessary, as you said.
Yeah. But I think also one of my mistakes when I was in top shape was that I wasn't taking steroids.
Why so?
Because I was training very hard and I wasn't recover the same way. So maybe if I was taking steroids, I would recover faster, and I wouldn't need to train as hard as I was training to get the body that I had.
And maybe you would have preserved your joints in that sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I've seen people in the gym that take steroids, they don't train heavy. But me, I had to train very heavy to maintain this shape that I had, and the size especially.
Do you feel like you maybe made other mistakes throughout the years, like communicating what you may have taken, or the situations in which you take the photos, or how would you have handled things differently if you had the chance?
I would take care of my recovery. That's the main mistake I think that I made.
Okay. So about the speculations and everything else, you're not affected by it. You don't care about it. It's water under the bridge.
Well, when I looked, because when I looked at my shape now from my previous pictures, I'm like, oh, now I understand why people were saying that I'm on steroids, But, when back then, I thought that I'm too small. But now when I'm smaller, I was like, oh, I was I look on the pictures very big, on the videos.
Some people in the comments under the first video that we did said that you had bigorexia. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Do you think you had it, or you just had really high ambitions?
Probably in some way I had it, but I didn't understand that I had it. Like probably every bodybuilder have it. Most of the bodybuilders or people that do their living with bodybuilding, if you tell them now that they need to stop with bodybuilding, they will get into depression. Also you, probably.
For sure.
If you are forced tomorrow to stop, doing bodybuilding and go to the gym, how will you feel?
Depressed, as you said.
You will feel depressed. And so this means that we can't live without bodybuilding, right? This makes us some sort of junkies, right?
And junkies want more.
And yeah, and junkies want more all the time. But I think this creates a mental problem in people.
So what would your advice be then for people?
I don't know, because now I feel, bodybuilding is based only on the way you look. If you're a football player and you have to stop to play, you still look the same way, But bodybuilding is based on the look. So once you don't have the look, you feel like shit. This is how most of the people will feel. My advice is to people, they need to know that they are not just bodies, You are not just body, I'm not just body. It's the mindset is a lot more important than your muscles,
So your advice would be to not to sound too guru-like, but to focus more on the spiritual side, on your other qualities apart from bodybuilding. So that's not the only thing that you have. So if it goes away, you have other legs to stand on.
Yeah, if you have other qualities, But I'm pretty sure that most of the people have it, but they don't understand, And because if you have the ability to make this body, then you have some qualities, right?
Let me throw you back a bit on the topic of steroids. Why did you have this mindset that you will never take and have never taken steroids? So what was your thought process behind this?
I'm going to tell you exactly. Because at that point, I've reached the physique that I want and the size that I want without steroids. I was taking clenbuterol, which is not steroid. So I've reached this physique without steroids, and I said, why would I need it? I would never need it,
So that actually goes as a counter argument. You probably didn't have bigorexia, because if you had it, you would have wanted to be bigger yet
I just
more
wanted
shredded.
to grow my parts, my lagging parts. Yeah, like my chest, like my legs a little bit. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Not to be bigger. I don't like. For me now, even my body before it's too big.
Wow.
Yeah, it's too big. But when you stop training, you look at the bodies way different than before that. I'm going to tell you exactly when I was in my top shape and I was looking at, let's say, Jason Statham, Cristiano Ronaldo. I was like, what the fuck is this? Is this a good body? No, it's like they are too skinny for me. If I stop working out, I'm going to be looking like this. This is what I was saying. After I stopped training, when I look at their bodies, I'm like, this is a great body. I want to look like this. Yeah.
So you became more appreciative of other people's bodies, work.
No, just expectations are different. Yeah.
That might also be a good message to talk a bit about expectations versus
I was just
reality.
I was just looking at their bodies from a perspective of a normal person with a normal body, not from a perspective of a bodybuilder.
Awesome. Well, thanks for this discussion. I think it was super productive. Do you want to say something else to your fans?
Maybe I want to say that many people probably, I misled many people especially from the younger generation, because I see them, me and some other people, we started this aesthetic movement, and most of the followers were just kids, like teenagers, like 14 years old, 15 years old. And for them to get this body at this age, the only way was to take steroids. So this wasn't the thing that I wanted, This was not my goal to make younger generation take steroids. My goal was to inspire them to train in the gym, to chase their goals, but not this. But nowadays from Instagram, everyone wants everything at the moment. They want it now, and in some way, I think I kind of misled them. This was not my goal. The other thing I want to say is that if you do bodybuilding professionally and you are on a level, you reached a plateau, for several years, for 5 years, for 2 years, you can't grow. I don't think it's wrong to take steroids at that point, but people take steroids a couple of months after they start training. I think that's fucking wrong. We have great potential to grow naturally, and first you need to reach this potential. And if you are not happy with it, then okay, you can use steroids if you want. It's your choice.
That's a great message to end. It was a really valuable and interesting discussion. Thank you, Lazar.
Thank you.